Hello friends, welcome to the cool Vedas, that's Vedas Cool. In the last video we saw as to how Tapati, the daughter of Surya Deva herself, told Samvarana to ask her father for hand in marriage if he loved her. Today, let's see if this great king Samvarana can win over Tapati's father. Now, this story has been mentioned in Chaitraratha Parva in Adi Parva. Let's listen along and find out more about this. So, once Tapati ascended to heavens, bidding farewell to Samvarana, the king fell grief-stricken down on earth. His ministers and followers were meanwhile searching for their beloved king in the woods. They soon came upon Samvarana lying unconscious on the ground. Seeing this, his minister-in-chief felt a burning pang in his heart. He ran to his beloved king with affection and respect. And then the old and wise minister sprinkled cold water laden with lotus on the king's face. The king, who slowly regained his consciousness, first sent away everyone except for his minister. He then purified himself and then sat on the mountain breast and began to worship Surya with his joined hands. King Samvarana had also thought of his chief priest Vasishta in the course of his worship. Thus, the king began to worship Surya day and night without a break. Now, precisely on the 12th day, sage Vasishta reached the king. One glance at Samvarana and Vasishta knew that the king had lost his heart and senses to Tapati. Vasishta, the great rishi, wanted to help this good monarch. Thus, assuring of good things to come, Vasishta ascended to heaven right in front of the eyes of the king and the minister. Vasishta soon met Surya in Devaloka. The Brahmana then approaching Surya, the god of thousand rays, introduced himself saying, I am Vasishta. Now Surya respectfully welcomed Vasishta saying, Welcome, O great Rishi. Tell me, what is in your mind? Whatever you demand, I will get you, however difficult it may be for me. Thus addressed by Surya, the Rishi politely replied, O Vibhavasu, this your daughter, Tapati, the younger sister of Savitri, I ask her hand for Samvarana. That monarch is of mighty achievements, conversant with virtue and of high soul. O Lord of Light, Samvarana will make a worthy husband for your daughter. Surya now saluted the Rishi and said, O great Rishi, Samvarana is the best of monarchs. You are the best of rishis. Tapati is the best of women. What can we do but bestow her on your king Samvarana? With these words, the god Tapana handed over his daughter Tapati unto the illustrious Vasishta to bestow her upon Samvarana. And the great Rishi then accepted the girl and taking leave of Surya came back to the spot where Samvarana was. The king became very glad seeing Tapati descend the heaven being led by the great Rishi Vasishta. And Samvarana with due rites took Tapati's hand in marriage right there on the mountain breast blessed by Vasishta. Samvarana, with the permission of Vasishta, wished to stay back on the mountain and enjoy his married days with this beautiful wife. Hence, Samvarana appointed Vasishta in charge of his kingdom while he was away. Thus, bidding farewell unto the monarch, Vasishta left him and went away. Samvarana then, like a deva, enjoyed with his wife in the woods and the underwoods on that mountain for full 12 years. But alas, as the king led a joyful life away from his duties, Back in his kingdom, Indradeva deprived Samvarana's capital and kingdom of rainfall for 12 years. As drought hit the place, trees and animals began to die. Not even a single corn grew on the ground. And the inhabitants, in despair and afflicted with hunger, began to abandon their homes. Some even abandoned their wives and children and ran away in different directions. The people were reduced to skeleton, and the city looked like being inhabited by ghostly beings. On seeing the capital reduced to such a state, Vasishta was resolved to find a remedy. And the remedy was to bring back the king with his wife to the capital. And once the king had entered his capital, things became as before, as the Lord of Rain began to pour down rainfall onto the capital. Once the king returned to his duties, the rain also fell down to this beautiful kingdom. Everyone in the kingdom became joyful again, and life thrived under Samvarana's rule. Samvarana and his wife Tapati then performed a Homa for 12 full years, just like Indra with his wife Sachi. Now, the Gandharva continued the story of Arjuna to Arjuna thus. He said, "This, O Partha, is a story of Tapati, the daughter of Vivaswat. It is for her that you are called Tapatya. King Samvarana begot upon Tapati a son named Kuru, who was the foremost of ascetics. Born in the race of the great Kuru, you are, O Arjuna, to be called Tapatya." Now, hearing the story of his ancestors, the curiosity of Arjuna was very much kindled. He asked the Gandharva, "O Gandharva, I desire to hear the story of the Rishi whom you had mentioned as Vasishta. Oh, tell me in full about him. O chief of the Gandharvas, tell me who this illustrious Rishi, the priest of our forefathers, really was." Now, very well, Arjuna. We too are curious of Vasishta's stories. Would you like to know more about Vasishta? Let's read along and find out more. Please like, share, and subscribe our channel for more Mahabharata stories. Do not forget to press the bell icon. Thank you. Namaste.